What is up, everybody? How is everyone? Hopefully, everybody's doing great, guys. What is up, my YouTube family, guys? Look, I'm back with another one made by Harsh Reality. Yes, him again. But he's got some good points, guys. So this one is actually named Honda CRV. Honda CRV Mysteries Unfold. So we know he's talking about Kiely Rodni again, guys. And do we think that Kiely Rodni vehicle was the same vehicle that they seen by the fire cam going into the water? I don't. I don't believe her vehicle actually, I believe her vehicle was actually put in the water by somebody, guys. I don't know who. Am I saying that she's not alive? I don't think she's alive, guys. I just don't. But there's a lot of speculations leading towards this car stopping 4 times by the fire cam. How come they can't explain that? How come there's 2 different vehicles that was actually pulled out of the water in the same place, guys? And Harsh Reality actually has proof of that on this video, guys. But first, like yourself, love yourself, nothing be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel is highly appreciated. Without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video.
I hope you're all well. So the Kiely Rodni case has been a splitter, hasn't it? Because we've got the firmly fixed in, this was an accident, no one to be held accountable camp, and then we've got the hold on one fucking second. This, like many things that come out of Truckee in this situation, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, in order to accept accident, there's as many things that you have to ignore, if not more, than there is if you want to go down the route of a foul play.
And look, it is so much easier to say it's an accident, guys. There's less money to spend. There's all this other stuff speculating that, well, it was not an accident, guys. The tow truck driver even went on to say that he saw Kiely Rodni and saw Jagger too. But where's the cam footage from his truck, guys? There's none of it coming from his vehicle. How come that wasn't pulled? If that was the case, we would know for sure that that was Kiely Rodni in her vehicle by the water. That the tow truck driver actually came to actually check a battery. Then he tells her it needs to stay running for 2 hours. And then she ends off into the water at a party of 300 to 400 people, unquote, quote. None of it's true. It's all staged. Am I saying that someone didn't end up in the water? Of course, someone ended up into the water, guys. And I do believe it was Kiely Rodni that ended up into the water. I'm not saying somebody faked her death, but what I am saying is there was 2 different vehicles in that water that was pulled out. And I know everybody's going to be like, "Oh, well, that's huge. You're going down the conspiracy theorist path." No, I'm not. Watch the videos. Go back and watch the cams. Go back and watch the helicopter footage. Listen to how the cops supposedly searched, and all of a sudden AWP just comes up with their car. All the cops that did it before AWP couldn't even find her car. In 14 feet of water. Anyways, guys, let's see what Harsh Reality has to say.
And look, some people will just, they will just won't accept that. And the fact that I'm even making this video will piss them off. Because they will be like, look, you just need to drop this. But look, I'm going to focus in this video on one specific thing. And there is more coming. More coming. So you need to remember that if you're someone who is involved in this and you're watching this video because you're keeping an eye on what's out on social media, keep your eyes peeled. Because there is more stuff coming out. And there's only going to be a small window of opportunity for things to be put right. And I'm going to draw your attention to Nick, the tow truck driver. Again, people are like,
fuck it, now here we go.
But we have to talk about it because Nick is someone who has come forward and claims that he saw Kiely. Remember, he said, I will put $1 million bet on it that I saw Kiely. And people are like, well, how is that even possible? How is it possible that he saw Kiely after we saw Kylie's vehicle go into the water? And you think to yourself, well, the only way that's possible is that if it wasn't Kylie's vehicle that went into the reservoir, or it was Kylie's vehicle that went into the reservoir, but there was a second vehicle. There was another Honda CRV that Nick came across. So they're the only two things. Well, there isn't, because Nick could just be a liar. But then you've got to think to yourself, so if Nick's a liar, who's he lying for?
So now we go on to say that there's actually 2 different times, guys. The fire cam footage shows a car going off into the water. That's not the same time as Kiely Rodni supposedly went into the water, guys. There's 2 different vehicles that was pulled out. If you go back on my channel, I actually did a video on this before any of this stuff came forward with this. So I called this way back whenever they actually found the car in the reservoir. Go back and look at that go back and look at that video. It is 100% real. And as far as Nick, the tow truck driver, goes, he said he had cameras facing the front of his vehicle and the back of his vehicle. Where are they? See, these are questions that we need to be asking. Instead of just sitting back and just saying, oh, it's an accident. We have a little 16-year-old girl that lost her life somehow. And we're just supposed to it's an accident. Yeah, I get it. Accidents do happen, guys. But this seems like a setup. This seemed like somebody wanted to get publicity off of something. Look at AWP now. Jared R-worded his sister and his cousin. There's rumors of Jared actually going forward and saying that he wanted a money shot of this elderly man crying that they found his son or daughter or whoever it was. AWP did, and just because the guy didn't get the money shot, so Jared called it, which is him crying, he got punished for it. So is this just a made-up story with this tow truck driver? Because there's no camera footage like he said there was in the interview. If there was, we would know that this was Kiely Rodni that the tow truck driver seen. Anyways, guys, let's go on with the video.
What is his motive? Is he just trying to make it look like Kiely was alive after she wasn't? Because that's, if he's not in the for Kiely Rodni camp, then he's got to be against Kiely Rodni. And then if that's the case, then he's trying to formulate a story that puts her alive after she wasn't. Because remember, at this stage, nobody knows about the fire cam footage. That's not out. We're going by back. So at this stage, he thinks, or he could think, he is just making us believe that Kiely is still out there. And they, at that stage, remember, then there's no plan on searching Prosser Reservoir either. The plan was to go to Boca, and he was trying to pull them away to Boca as well. The sighting in Boca. So, look, that's what...
And see, that is 100% correct. That's what they was trying to do. Even the tow truck driver went on to say that he was at Boca Reservoir. And then he went over to Truckee Reservoir, where Kiely Rodni was actually seen. Supposedly. But there's no cameras showing Kiely Rodni. But there's cameras showing a CRV going into the water. Or, well, it looks like something going into the water. But we can see headlights coming from vehicles, and it's not a 300 to 400 people party on top of that. So where's the story going? Where did the lies happen? How did Kiely Rodni lose her life? Why is the cops holding up for all this stuff? How come the cops wasn't the one that found Kiely Rodni? How come it was AWP that found Kiely Rodni? See, these are all questions we should actually all be asking. But people just saying, oh, it was an accident and just moving on with this subject. And we shouldn't. It's a human being that lost her life. And nobody knows actually how except what the media has said. Anyways, guys, let's get right back to the video.
What could have happened? I'm not saying it is, because the flip side of the coin is he could have, if he's not completely insane, which I don't think he is, then he is, 1 second, do you want to come up here? How cute's this little monster? So it could just be that he did see Kiely. And he did see Kiely in a vehicle. And it wasn't Kiely who entered the water, it was just the car that entered the water at the stage that we saw it on the fire cam. And I know this is going down the route of, you know, speculation, conspiracy, but if we can prove there's two cars, licking the mic, if we can prove there's two cars, then surely that opens up the realms of possibilities as to what could have happened. So I'm going to leave you with this, and that is, this is car number 1, and this is car number 2. Like I said, there's more coming. This is far from over. And the people who are interested in getting to the truth are getting closer to that truth every single day. Because ultimately, everyone counts.
And there you guys have it, guys. Look, this is still an open case, guys. They have not closed the Kiely Rodni case because they know something's going to come about this case. I think the cops are hiding back just like any other place, just like the Quentin Simon case. They're staying back. They know who actually had a hand out in this. But people's done ruled in an accident. Can they overturn it? Sure they can. There will be leads come forward with this, guys. And like I said, there is weird pictures of Kiely Rodni in some red stilettos with some kind of stuff hanging from a tree and her in a black dress with the hood up over her head. Very weird, very kind of bothering, guys. 16-year-old girl. And then we have Jagger buying a vehicle just like hers, basically. Posing in front of the water, guys. Riding on the steering wheel. It's like she's more in love with he's more in love with Kiely Rodni now, since she's gone, than he was whenever she was alive. And I'm going to leave you guys with that thought, guys. Go look at the channel. There's a lot more where that come from, guys. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's highly appreciated. Your boy Deuces. I'm out. Thank you.